Now tell me, I've got a few questions I want to ask you, and hopefully you have prepared for it. So the first one is, Murton's been telling everyone that this could be an in-between birthday. We're not quite sure whether it's a major event or not. He's been labouring the point that it may not be a major event. Yeah. So if you had to guess, what do you reckon? How old do you reckon he actually is?
Oh, he's pretty smart. Seems like he's been around the traps a little bit and very educated.
Yeah.
Holds himself well. So 99, 100.
He's been out a long time.
Yeah, very, very long time. A really wise old man.
Yeah. If you had a second guess, what would it be?
Second guess would be 26, I reckon. 26, yeah, just sort of breaking out.
Yeah, okay.
He's been around a little bit, but ready to go, ready to unleash.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
Right, well the second question I have for you is relates to his drinking. Now he tells a lot of people that he doesn't always drink everywhere he goes. And frankly, that's something that we refute. So trying to find someone that can provide some evidence that they've been to a function with him, be it a breakfast, a lunch, or a dinner where he didn't drink. And I'm sure as he sponsors you, or he's one of the people that sponsors you.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've socialised with him a little bit. So
definitely.
Have you been out with him anywhere where you didn't have a drink?
You'd think so, because footy clubs are very health orientated, and strict down the line, no drinking between the games, things like that, and being a major player in the betting factor is my sponsorship group.
Yeah.
But no, we've had breakfast at 6 o'clock and he's got the champagne out. Lunches, and there it is, there's a thermos full of alcohol so that he doesn't get acknowledged by other people. So they think he's having a cup of tea, but he's got the red wine in there. And then the dinner's just hands down, he's got 15, 16 bottles there.
Lined up.
He's got a little trolley along because he's got 15 cases of booze.
So, we thought we'd say that.
He's an alcoholic.
Yeah, absolutely. And the third thing we're trying to cover off is how famous actually is he? Because everywhere I go in my circles in Australia and also internationally, is I can't find anyone that hasn't met this guy before.
Yeah.
He's just an extraordinary networker. And so, I mean, you're someone who's famous, or certainly on your way to being famous in Melbourne. In terms of your fame versus his fame, do you reckon you're the Holland name or the Murton name? Which do you think?
Merton's big. I mean, Merton's huge. Don't know about that. There's a lot of people all around the world. I mean, you talk to your Eddie Maguires, talk to your George Bushes, you talk to John Howard, they all know Murton.
Yeah, half of them had lunch with him.
Yeah, exactly. I just, on the way in today, bumped into John Soe. How's he going? I mean, he's big, he's huge. So Merton's right up there, and he's a pillar of society and holding everyone up. Holland down there, nothing.
So you aspire to?
Yeah, I do. A mentor, I suppose. Merton mentor. There we go.
Absolutely. Now, is there anything you'd like to say to the camera for Merton on his birthday?
Mertz, happy birthday, whatever it is, between 26 and 99. Sensational knowing you and looking after us the last year. Hopefully it goes on for many years. And from me and the family, who all know you as well, and from Kate overseas, who I think he's got a little thing for Kate.
The new girlfriend.
We all wish you a happy birthday. Hope you're having a great day. And don't tell Neil, but I'll cheers you to this.
Righto, cheers. Cheers, Murton. Fantastic. Okay, cheers, Natasha.
Cheers.
Nice of you to interview.
Thank you.
And,
for the second time.
And tell me, I believe Murton was one of your first friends from Melbourne or from Adelaide. When he came over from Adelaide, something like you were one of his only friends. Is that right?
That's right. I knew him in Adelaide when I was selling Oberoi hotels to him or to Garuda.
And you'd moved to Melbourne earlier than?
I'd moved to Melbourne in '92, about 5 years.
Okay.
He was here.
Yep. Okay. And what do you think of him? How would you summarise Murton, the infamous Murton?
I love him.
You love him. Yeah, doesn't everyone?
Yes, he's gorgeous.
If you had to say three things about Murton, what would the top three things that you could think of that you would say?
Funny. Loyal.
And
a great friend.
And a great friend. Awesome. And we've been running around Melbourne, talking to a lot of his friends and business colleagues and the like, trying to work out a few things. Firstly, we're trying to work out how old he actually is.
21, of course.
21. I think he might be older than 21, Natasha. So, what would your guess be, or do you know?
I do know.
Oh, you in the in
I
group?
do know. So I won't guess.
Okay, so you won't guess.
No.
Fair enough. Now, one of the other questions we've been asking is, he claims that he, when he goes on lunches, business lunches and the like, that he doesn't always drink. Now, frankly, some of us refute that statement. So we've been trying to find, evidence people that would say that they've had a lunch or a breakfast or a dinner with him where he didn't drink.
Never with me.
No.
We were always the last on a Friday because we drink a lot.
Yeah. So
last appointment on a Friday.
Yeah, so you're always
in Adelaide, Ian.
Yeah, only in Adelaide or in Melbourne too?
More so in Adelaide.
Yeah, right. So, but just to be clear, you've never had a dinner or a lunch or where Murton didn't have a glass of wine?
Never.
No.
Thank God.
Fantastic, just wanted to check. And then the final thing we've been asking people is just how famous is Ian Murton? Because everywhere I go, I just can't seem to be able to meet someone that doesn't know him. So, I mean, if you had to guess how famous Murton was, what would you say? Would it be...
I'd say pretty famous.
Yeah.
He's very well known.
Is it in the thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds or tens? What would you say?
Millions.
Millions, absolutely millions. Yeah. Well, the Oberoi family is your family name, obviously very, very well known and so on. Which of the family names would you say be more well known in Australia, the Oberoi family or the Murton family?
Probably the Murton family.
Yeah, right, the Murton family. So, excellent.
And in Adelaide, certainly the Murton family.
Definitely, the Adelaide contingent.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, thanks for your time. Thanks again for being
Thank
here.
you for coming.
Cheers to Murton. And
happy birthday, Ian. Big kiss.
Cheers.
Cheers. And cheers.
Right, we're here at Hard Rock with Mel, Hard Rock Melbourne.
Cheers.
So Mel, Ian Murton, his birthday's coming up. So just a few questions, if I may.
Certainly.
How old do you reckon? We've just been asking people. How old do you reckon he actually is? Because he won't share his age with anyone.
So he's not 30?
Well, I don't know. What would you say?
30. Eternally 30. Eternally 30, yes. 40?
40?
40.
Yeah, okay. So you're locking 40?
I'm going to lock in 40.
Okay, no problem. And how did you know him? Where did you meet him? How did you get to know the infamous Murton?
The infamous Murton. I met him over many, many glasses of wine at Rumbarella's.
Rumbarella's?
Cheers, Murton. He actually bankrolled the whole project. So, yeah. And when he left Rumbarella's, the business went bankrupt. But,
right.
Yeah,
similar thing.
Yes, correct. So that's how I know Murton.
Yeah. And he comes into Hard Rock?
He actually went to Champagne Lounge, another business where I worked, and bankrolled that business for a while. And now that I work at the Hard Rock, he supports us here.
Yeah, so you got a lot of promotions to Murton, is that
correct? Correct. A lot of wine has flowed to Murton.
Yeah. And what would you say then? What are a couple of characteristics that stand out about Murton that you'd be able to highlight?
Obviously, probably the best, most beautifully groomed man I've ever known in my entire life.
Isn't he? Yeah.
Cufflinks, matching ties, polished shoes. I can only aspire to such greatness.
Such a wardrobe.
Yes, I must always sort of do a quick remedy before I see him. So ashamed of my grooming standards. Hilarious, knows everyone, a million stories, the life of the party. Sometimes dancing on the bar, sometimes underneath the bar. You never really know, but he's always at the bar. So.
Yeah. And one of the other questions I'm asking people is, how many people do you reckon he actually knows? So how famous is Ian Murton in Australia and internationally?
Okay, well I think the actual question is, who doesn't know?
Right.
And there are a few people he doesn't know.
Yeah, we're struggling to find one.
Yeah, well if you find one, let me know.
Yeah, okay.
Fantastic.
Cool, well cheers, thanks Mel.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time.
Happy birthday, Murton. Have a drink when I see you soon.
Judy, you're a long-term friend of Ian Murton's. That's how we met, wasn't it?
Yes.
And how long have you known him? Because I've only known him a few years, really. So how long have you known him?
I guess from when he came over from Adelaide. I don't remember how I met him.
So how many years?
He was just always around.
So how many years has he been in Melbourne? Do you think? Is it 15 or 20?
I don't know.
Because we're trying to work out, how old he actually is. Do you know how old he actually is? Has he told you? Oh, you do know.
I do know.
So you really are in the inner circle, then, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
And would you
saying a word,
would you tell people how old he is?
No.
No.
It's my life with me.
it's your life worth it. Very, very good. So how did you meet him?
Through travel.
Through travel.
Yeah, through travel functions, and then somehow, we always would have a drink after everybody else left. We're always the kicking on ones.
Yeah, well, it's interesting you raise that because Murton's been telling a few people that he has business lunches and he doesn't always drink at a business lunch. So we've been trying to find someone in Melbourne that could verify that he doesn't always have a drink at lunch. Now, have you ever seen him not have a drink at any of the do's you've been to?
Well, when you and the three of us have had lunch, we've had a drink. haven't we?
We have.
All three.
All
Four.
three. But
Yeah.
okay, so to clarify, you've never seen him have a lunch without a drink?
No.
No, just wanted to
No.
check. And in terms of his fame, I mean, in the travel industry, which is how you guys met, how famous is he? I mean, what percentage of the industry would know Ian Murton, in your opinion?
Probably discounting the outer suburbs bogans, probably 95%.
95%. Okay, including the bogans, or what sort of percentage of the industry of bogans? You don't know. You wouldn't have cause to know, would you?
The young girls in the outer suburbs, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But the inner core,
Yep.
they all know Ian Murton.
And outside of the travel industry, because we've been going around Melbourne trying to find out how famous is Ian Murton outside of the industry. How many people do you think actually know Ian Murton? Is it hundreds? Is it tens? Is it thousands? Is it tens of thousands? What would you say?
What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I'm
You're out of the travel industry.
canvassing views. I think everyone knows him. So, what's your opinion?
I think he gets around.
He gets around.
He does get around.
So, have you had to put a number on it?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't put a number on it.
No.
No.
Between more than thousands?
Oh, probably. Oh, I don't.
How do you have a go? Have a step.
Oh,
Think of it
yes.
like the jelly beans in the jar. And you have to try and guess.
All right. I think he's known by thousands.
Thousands.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And you were telling me a funny story earlier, just about the fact that everyone does know him. Can you tell us the story, please?
Yes, I had some friends for lunch yesterday, and because it was Ian's real birthday yesterday, Sunday the 18th, he called in for a glass of wine on his way to your place to watch the Grand Prix. And so there was one guy that was from overseas, so obviously he wasn't going to know Ian, and so I was showing him around the house, and he commented on a photograph of the benefactor.
Yep.
Now, I suppose everybody does know that Ian and I and another guy, Chris Turner, we sponsor Ben Holland, who's a player for the Melbourne football team.
Yep.
So we are his player sponsor, and we call ourselves the benefactor. So I've shown this guy this photo of the benefactor, and I said, that's Ian, and he's calling in for a drink because it's his birthday today.
Right.
So he goes and sits back down at the table, the doorbell goes, and the girl sitting next to him, who I thought wouldn't know Ian, says, I wonder who that's at the door. And this guy says, oh, it's the benefactor who's coming because it's his birthday.
Yep.
And then I heard her say, that's not the benefactor, that's Ian Murton.
Of course, Ian Murton.
He is also known as the benefactor.
Yeah, very, very well known, and we're trying to get Ben Holland into you for this little project as well. So
Good.
he hasn't returned my call yet, by the way, so he might be able to help me out there.
All right,
So,
I'll tell him to get onto it.
Yep. Now,
Yeah.
finally, three things. If you had to say, if you had to highlight three top things about Murton that would describe him, what would they be?
Kind.
Kind, number one.
Yes, very kind, very thoughtful, very caring.
Yep. That'd be
Yeah.
the three.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and often forgetful.
That's a four.
No.
Well, thanks,
He's
Judy.
a lovely guy.
We haven't got a glass of wine with us, otherwise we'd cheers in. But
No.
thanks for helping out.
It's a pleasure. Okay.
Punchline Wine Bar, which Murton's been coming to for 4 years, and this is Penny. Penny's been here for probably as long as Murton's been coming here.
I would have thought so.
Would have thought so.
8 years.
8 years. Well, there you go. And Murton's probably how long's Punchline been open for?
12.
12
years.
Yeah, well, he's probably been coming here for 12 years.
12
so
years.
he probably knows Punchline better than Penny. I don't know. So anyway, so Penny, thanks for being interviewed.
My pleasure.
Just a couple of questions about Murton. Firstly, when he comes for lunch, which he does, I believe, often, is that right?
Quite regular.
Yeah. Does he drink during lunch? Does he have a glass of wine?
Look, he's been known to maybe start with mineral water and maybe enjoy a nice white aromatic or something.
Oh, really?
And maybe cleansing red.
And would he drink every time he comes, or is there the occasional time that he doesn't drink?
Everything in moderation.
So that'd be a yes, okay.
Possibly.
Possibly a yes, right. And how old, we've been asking people, you know, how old, because he won't tell anyone, of course, he's got this celebration coming up, which we think's an in-between celebration, we're not sure. So how old do you, if you had to guess, like a bit like a jelly bean in a jar competition,
Okay.
what would you guess?
I'm going to say 39.
39?
He doesn't want to celebrate the 40th.
Yeah, 39, okay. Yeah. Lock it in, 39?
I'm going to lock that in.
Right, would you put money on the 39?
Possibly not.
Possibly not.
No.
So what would be the other guesses? If you had like a B and a C guess.
C would maybe be 42.
42? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And the other thing I've been asking people on our travels is, how many people do you reckon Murton knows, or rather, how famous is actually Murton, the infamous Ian Murton?
I would have to say Ian's probably very famous.
Yeah.
There's lots of, he's actually introduced a lot of people to punchline.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Would you put it in the hundreds or the thousands or the tens of thousands?
I would say thousands at least.
Thousands,
Yeah. Very special person.
Isn't it?
He is.
And what are the characteristics that you know like
He's
that?
a beautiful gentleman.
Is he?
Yeah. Soft, with a bit of spunk,
Yeah.
bit of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lovely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else you might want to say?
Happy birthday, Ian.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I just ask you, because we've never met before? Do you guys know Ian Murton?
Of course we know Ian.
Oh, okay, beautiful, great. Thank you. Just wanted to check. Thanks for your time. Hey, thanks, guys. Hi, I just wanted to know, do you know Ian Murton?
Yes, of course I know Ian.
Oh, great. Thank you. Just wanted to check. Thanks for your time. Hey. Hi, guys. I just wanted to interrupt and ask if you guys know Ian Murton.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks for your time. Okay. Hi, Jeff Nada. How are you?
Great, Kurt. How are you?
That's good. That's good. Well, you're long-term friends of Ian Murton's, I believe. How long have you guys known Murton?
I first met Murton, I think, the week after he moved to Melbourne from Adelaide.
Right.
So, one of the first Victorians to meet him.
Yeah, and through the travel industry, or?
No, just through some other friends.
Some other friends. Yeah.
Over a bottle of wine one night.
Over a bottle of wine. Over a bottle of wine.
Yeah,
so we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we've been running around Melbourne trying to work out just exactly how famous is Murton, because it seems to us that he's just known by absolutely everyone. If you had to guess, both of you, I'll ask you, answer individually, how many people do you reckon would know of Ian Murton?
Oh God.
I think it'd be easy to say how many people don't know Murton.
Yeah, right.
Let's go the other way, because I think everyone does, yeah. He comes
absolutely.
up everywhere, yeah.
Great answer, Jeff. Anna, you've had now time to think about it. Would you say, would it be 1,000? Would it be tens of thousands, or would it be hundreds? What would the break be?
In the thousands, yeah, definitely.
In the thousands. Thousands. Okay. And how old do you actually think he is? Because he's not put it on the invitation, and he's being a bit coy about his actual year, and this may not be a major year, and he's trying to be a bit tricky with
He
us.
has turned 40.
So he's turned 40.
No, we know exactly how old he is.
You do?
He's turned 40.
He's turned 40.
He has turned 40, yes.
Yes.
We don't
So
know
it's
how
yeah.
long ago, but he has.
He's definitely 40.
You don't know how long ago, but he's turned 40. Beautiful. And another question we've been trying to ascertain. You know, he claims that he goes to several lunches and dinners and so on, and doesn't drink, and a few of us don't believe him. So we've been trying to just ask people whether or not you've actually had a dinner or a lunch, or some sort of eating event with him where he hasn't actually cracked open a bottle of wine.
Dinner and lunch now.
We once
Dinner and
had
lunch day.
we once had breakfast at about 7 a.m. and he only drank coffee. That was good.
Oh, is that he only drank coffee?
He only drank coffee.
We've heard champagne at breakfast, but this time only coffee.
This one was just coffee.
But it was.
But he was on his way somewhere else to have.
No, he was coming back into the gym from jogging.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, and it was 7 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But apart from that, he's been responsible, I think, for a lot of hangovers for most people here today.
Absolutely. And if you had to sum up each of you 3 things that you'd say about Murton, what would the top 3 things you'd say off the top of your head?
Big heart.
Big heart.
Genuine, great friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fun.
Fun.
And honest.
Yep.
One of Ian's best attributes is he's really
He's
an honest
really
person.
honest.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Yeah. And
That's what
well, that's 2 each. So 1 more each.
Just
classy, lovely person.
Classic.
and very generous. Ian's a very generous person with his time, with his emotions, with everything, and with his wine.
Yeah, we're going to have a huge head after all these.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Great.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy birthday.
Right. Anyway, Michelle, so you met Murton very recently as a result of being engaged to this
Yes,
photo.
that's right.
Yeah. And what do you think of him?
I think he's an absolute gentleman. Lovely, sincere, entertaining, witty,
Yeah.
a great cook as well.
Great cook. And had you heard of him before?
I had heard of him
Oh
actually.
yeah.
It's part of the attraction to
Surprising,
Matt,
is
just
that
knowing Matt knew this infamous character.
Yeah, yes.
Who's well renowned, he's an icon around the world.
Yeah. No, I think that's possibly true. We met someone today that said they didn't know him, and we don't believe it. We think they're lying.
No, I think they are too.
Yeah, you think that's secret?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So another subject about Murton. Are you guys going to have children?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, it was not related to Murton.
We're
I just wanted to
happy
sneak
for
that in. No. But on a serious note, we've been asking restaurateurs around Melbourne, you know, the places that Murton frequents, if that's the appropriate term, whether or not because he quite often says to me and other business colleagues, and I'm a business colleague of Murton's, and he will say that he goes to business lunches and doesn't drink. And I dispute this. Yeah, I dispute this fact. And I just want to know, if you guys had a lunch during a weekday with Murton?
You might have had the one or two.
I've had a few.
Yeah. And has he declined to drink during those?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure I could comment on
Oh
that.
yes, right. Yes, right. And what would your view be?
I can't say I've had lunch with him recently.
Okay.
Whenever you go to his house, there's a few bottles on standby, you know what I mean?
On standby.
Yeah.
Standby. Yes. So it's possible that he
the weather's looking nice.
Okay, so it is possible that he has the odd lunch without drinking.
Who's
The
to
weather's looking
say?
nice out
So, and would you put money on that, Michelle?
Look,
Well, no.
as Matt said, the weather's very nice.
Yes. It's dark out there. Righto. So, well, Pauline, thanks for being interviewed.
That's a pleasure.
And wonderful that you're hosting the party for Ian.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's very generous of you and Keith to do that.
Oh, well, we want to do it because
Yeah.
we love him.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah.
Now, we've been sort of running around Melbourne trying to work out a few things. Firstly, how famous is Ian Murton? If you had to guess how many people Ian Murton knew, or rather how many people know of Ian Murton, what would you reckon the number would actually be?
Thousands.
Thousands.
Thousands. Definitely thousands.
Thousands. Tens of thousands? Hundreds?
Tens of thousands. We don't want him to get too big-headed.
No, we don't.
No.
So you think it's, tens of thousands.
Yeah.
And another thing that we've been trying to work out is he claims that he has a lot of business lunches, but he doesn't always drink. What would your response to that be?
I'd be astounded.
Would you?
Yes,
Yeah.
astounded.
Is he a one glass of wine per business lunch, do you think? Or is
No.
he a bottle?
2 bottles.
Two bottles.
Well, that's between 8.
Yeah, up to that, yes.
Just like my Christmas lunch.
Your Christmas, what happened to the Christmas lunch?
Well, it was my office,
Yeah.
and Ian had to come. I work alone,
Mm.
but Ian came, and Rhonda, because she works with me.
Yeah,
3 of us, I think we drank about 5 bottles.
about 5 bottles, over 3 people. Yeah, and you've, just to be clear, you've never had a lunch where he didn't want a glass of wine?
Never.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that on the record. And what are some of the things about Ian Murton? Like, if you had to just define 3 things about Ian Murton, what would the top 3 things be that you'd say?
Fun,
Fun, yep.
wine, and loyal.
And loyal.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to say?
I would like to wish him a very, very happy birthday and have many, many more.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
With us.
With us. Well, cheers. Thank you again.
Cheers. Pleasure.
Hi, Rohan. How are you? Good. You're good? Yeah, cheers. Do you want some? You don't want any? No, he doesn't want any. Cheers. No. No cheers. Now tell me, Uncle Ian is your godfather? He's your godfather? Yep.
Not really, Papa Becky.
Not grandfather.
Is your grandfather? Yep.
Grandfather.
Who's your grandfather?
I got lots of them.
There are lots of grandfathers. And who's your godfather? Uncle Ian. He's your godfather. And do you like Uncle Ian?
Yeah.
You do? What do you like about him?
Because he lifts me up.
Because he lifts you up? Yep, I think he lifts us all up. And what else do you like about him? Is he nice to you? Does he buy you presents or?
Yeah, he buys me lollies and stuff.
He buys you lollies. Okay. And does he do anything else? Does he visit you?
Yeah.
He does. How often does he visit you?
I don't know.
You don't know? Can't remember? And how are you enjoying your wine? Is it nice?
Yeah.
Now tell me, just a question. How old do you think Uncle Ian is? We're trying to work out how old he is. He won't tell anyone, it's a very big secret.
50.
50? Do you think he's 50? Has someone told you he's 50 or do you think he's 50?
I think he's 50.
You think he's 50? That's interesting, isn't it? Anything else you'd like to say, Rohan?
No.
Would you like to say happy birthday to the camera, to Uncle Ian? Happy birthday, Uncle Ian. And cheers to Uncle Ian.
Happy birthday.
You're not going to say? Say cheers, Uncle Ian. He's going to be behind the camera. So if you say cheers, Uncle Ian, and then click my glass. Cheers, Uncle Ian. Cheers.
That's going to be... Baba, do you want to sing off?